Our discussion this morning is a tale of an upset woman during the holiday season. Now, as we are going through this story, I would like that you focus on the message, and not the drama of what is going on in the particular story. The message is what is important and is what we're trying to send across to you, our viewers, this morning. All right. So, it's quite a mouthful. I mean, it's quite a long story. So we're going to just try and stay with us, whilst we go through this story with you. All right. So I begin. So my boyfriend and I have been together for 6 years. Christmas has always been a holiday that we both participated in gleefully. I love buying people I care about presents, and it became a cute game to see who could get the coolest or most interesting, not the most expensive gift. We're both huge nerds and have a lot of things we love, so we're both super easy to buy for. Now, I want to also preface this by saying the last 2 years has been financially tight because he decided to pursue his dream job of being a college professor. He's only an adjunct now, and his college has made no efforts to promote him. So he's essentially always broke. I make more than double what he does and often pay more in bills and for groceries than him. I initially allowed this because he made me believe it would be temporary. Now, I feel I'm in a financial bind because I have to constantly pick up his slack. I believe in supporting the one you love, but I almost feel used at this point.
Now, fast forward to present holiday season. He knows he's always extra tight around the holidays because he gets less classes than usually saves to prepare for Christmas in advance. I also help by buying all his family's presents, so he only needs to focus on me and some of my friends, which he never buys anything for anyway. I never ask for anything expensive because it's just not in my nature. My general wish list has books and plant pottery as an example. Now, instead of saving for Christmas, he decides to buy not one, but 2 PlayStation 5s and 2 games at $70 a pop. His plan was to sell the second PS5 for over $1,000 and make extra money. I advised against it initially, but he's rather stubborn, so guess who he didn't listen to? And even better, he got lost in the mail and he refuses to contact the post office about it. Now he's out more money and decided that we need to cancel Christmas because he made a bad financial decision. I explained that if he could afford to save for these consoles, he should have saved for Christmas instead. I pointed out it was really selfish and made me feel like I was less important than a video game console. He says I am the one who is being unreasonable and selfish. Now the question is, who is actually the selfish one amongst the two of them?
Well, I think that personally, now I need to look at this particular story. We're not judge and jury on these matters. We're only giving our opinions and, I hope, hopefully as unbiased as they can, we're only giving our subjective opinions on these matters, So I'm looking at the story from the angle of, they're in a relationship. I'm looking at the story from the angle of, one has a full-time job, as in the woman, but he is, he's struggling.
She gets paid high.
And she gets, she said more than double what he gets paid. So the salary gap between herself and her partner is quite large. Is very big. She handles all the bills in the house. She buys all the groceries. To the point of during Christmas, she buys his family members Christmas presents. So to allow him to only buy for her and some of his friends, which she said that he doesn't do anyway. So it's clear that he's apparently in a financial fix. But within this financial bit, he's able to afford 2 game consoles. and then video games, 2 video games for $70 a pop. Now, one of these consoles cost about $1,000. So he's able to afford $2,140 on video games and on a two game consoles.
Remember, he
and
had to
video
save
games.
for this.
And he had to save for this $2,140. Now, given everything that we have established, I think he's selfish. I think he's lying to her as well about how much he's actually able to make and how much he's actually able to, bring to the table. And I also think that he has found an opportunity to milk his girlfriend of money, and he's doing so. He has found an opportunity to be highly irresponsible in the house, leaving all the bills on her, and he does whatever he wants with his money and he's milking it. I don't think that is right. I don't think it is fair to the woman. I understand why the woman has come out, with such emotions to actually, share her story with us.
So reading through this story, one thing I can pick from here is a boyfriend and a girlfriend cohabiting.
Yeah.
And, trying to make life easy for one another. But one person is clearly putting his own selfish needs and desires over the important things that they need to do. But however, you can join this conversation and let us know what you think about the story. So call us on the number displayed on your screen right now. Let's know what you think. If the lady is being insensitive towards his own needs or the guy is being selfish towards his partner. But so talking about this now, what I can pick from the story is him not setting his priorities right. And remember the conversation we had about givers and takers, right? People who tend to give a lot, right? At some point in time, people take advantage of them and, just milk out of the situation. And because they know they would always give, you keep coming, you take, and all you know is to take. And then one particular time that you have the opportunity to probably gift this person something, what comes to your mind is your own desire first before the other person.
Yeah.
I mean, she gets paid higher than he does, and that's not a bad thing, because we actually have relationships and marriages whereby the wife earns more than the husband and things are running smoothly. It's just a matter of the both of them coming together to have a conversation about their financial life and trying to sort things out. Each person knows their responsibilities and knows how to handle it without making the other person feel less of themselves. But in this situation, this particular guy has clearly seen that his wife, or not his wife, his girlfriend can afford anything and everything because she is paid higher. And he feels that so she should continue whatever it is she's doing. And what is important to him is him getting the games and the consoles. And neglecting the fact that as much as she's the giver and she's the one who shoulders the responsibility of the house and all of that, there are times where she also wants to be given something. There are times where she also wants attention. There are times where she actually wants you to think, like, it's not even about what you're giving. It's the thought you've actually put into what you were actually given. Now, if you had sat down to, think about it and realize that, okay, so this lady has been spending quite a lot, buys my family presents, gets me all that. I mean, even down to groceries that I am meant to worry about, I don't have to worry about it because I know she would get it. How about this Christmas? I take her on a holiday, or I give her a special treat, or just even encourage the fact that she has been the one shouldering this responsibility, and she's not even complaining. She's not telling you, okay, you know what, I am tired of spending my money. She's not making you feel less of a man. And then she even gave you an important financial advice that you clearly ignored. And the result of that came out, and it definitely would affect you financially. And she's picking up, you turn the table around. I call this reverse psychology. You turn the table around and then you make her feel like the selfish one and the greedy one. Meanwhile, she's been the one spending her money on you and even your family. And remember that they are not married. This guy can wake up the following morning and say, you know what, I am not interested in this relationship anymore. And there's nothing she would do, right?
Yeah.
But she's just someone who, I believe she's someone who just likes to give and likes to help people around her, especially someone you love and you care about. You don't want to see that person needy, or you don't want to watch that person go broke or be financially
unstable.
Exactly, unstable.
Yeah.
So if you have the opportunity to be there for this person, you want to. But however, I feel like he just took advantage of this and took her for granted, which is really not nice.
Yeah, and they say karma, some people believe in karma. And, if you believe in karma, we're seeing it, whether you believe in it or not, as a matter of fact, we're seeing it play out sort of in this video where, he tried to sell one, but then it got lost in the mail.
Yeah.
Or was it both that got lost in the mail?
No, one.
You won, right?
His plan, getting the two games in the first place, his plan was to sell one and have extra money, have extra funds, and that's why he got two.
Entirely a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea, but I feel he could have been more. He could have applied wisdom in that particular investment, right? There are other ways to invest your money.
Yeah,
you don't necessarily have to buy two PlayStations for you to. And at the end of the day, you realize that when you buy something, by the time you're selling it, you might not be able to sell it at the value you got it. Exactly. Yeah. So I don't see him getting extra. He would get extra money, right? But he might not get the value of what he bought. Do you understand? So I feel that there are other financial investments he could have actually done aside from what he did now. And at the end of the day, he lost. But anyways, we have a caller on the line. We have Josephine from Ogun State. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Okay, I think we lost that call.
Okay.
Please keep trying to, get across to us. We're really expecting your feedback and what you think about the story. I hope that Josephine tries to, call again. So don't forget to join the conversation. The number is currently displayed on your screen. I think Josephine is back on with us. Hello, Josephine. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for joining us on the show this morning.
Yeah, thank you too. I'm really enjoying the conversation.
Thank you. So what do you think about it?
Hello, what did you say?
I said thank you very much. So what do you think about the story?
Yeah, so I think the guy is actually very selfish.
Okay.
Because considering the fact that the lady has been the one footing so many bills, and she hasn't obviously been complaining from the story. And then the guy goes ahead to make a very, very terrible financial decision and thinks he can just
get away with it.
Say maybe Christmas should not hold because he made a very terrible decision. I think all he has to do is probably apologize and make it up to her. That's just what I think from the entire conversation. But again, the guy was very, very selfish.
Okay, can I ask you a question, Josephine? Do you think that she should stay with him, considering, for instance, his financial instability, his financial unintelligence, and, this act of selfishness that he has shown? Do you think they should try and redeem the relationship? Do you think she should still stay with him?
Okay, so I don't think she should or should not leave him. I think they should just have a conversation. It's obvious the guy in question has poor financial decision-making skills. So basically, I feel like two of them can always teach themselves one thing or the other.
Okay.
For them to have stayed along together is something the other person is benefiting from the other person. So they are like more of helping each other in ways that they can. I don't think they should leave each other because of this. I just feel like this is something that communication can solve. Proper communication.
Interesting. All right. Thank you very much, Josephine.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Have a lovely day.
All right.
Okay.
So, the reason why I asked that question is because, if it was my sister, I would tell her to leave because, You know, if this can happen on a very, this is not even a minuscule scale. It's not a small scale. But if this can happen at this scale, imagine that's how I like to read people. That's how I like to read things. If you can behave to me in a very small context, in a bigger context, I think you will do worse, given that you behave to me in this small context. I mean, as again, you know, we have to establish that we're giving our subjective opinions, our personal opinions on these particular matters. We are not judge and jury on these particular matters. You know, we're just trying to open up the conversation so that, you know, to open up your mindset and perspectives on this particular conversation, this particular story. You know, for me, I don't think I can be with a woman that behaves like that. You know, and then when you now switch the table, given this traditional mindset of the man is the breadwinner and all of this, I'm not saying that. You know, as a matter of fact, I think we need to do away with some parts of tradition, especially when it comes to gender relations and gender, you know, roles in the house. You know, anybody can be the breadwinner. I think we need to come to a point where we accept that as a society. You know, but given this traditional, you know, stereotype of who the breadwinner is, given that it is the man that is now becoming a liability in their home. This is an American home, by the way, because it's obviously dollars and all of this is set in America. You know, given that the man in the house is becoming a liability, you know, as in financial liability, and it's clear that he's becoming an emotional and mental liability to this particular woman, and that is why she came to share this story. You know, I think given that he's becoming a liability, she should leave for her sake, because people who are drowning, if you cannot swim, you know, they will drag you down with them, and I don't think that would be fair to her. Or, you know, she has given a lot, you know, and it's clear that this guy's family and the woman have a relationship, because she buys Christmas presents on behalf of the guy for his, you know, for his family members. So there's I agree with Josephine, who just called, that there's clearly a strong relationship there. But, you know, love should not be blind. Love should be financially awake. So and aware. Yes, you know, and aware. So I think, you know, I think, in my personal opinion, that she should leave him. You know, he needs to figure out what is going on with him by himself.
So, first off, like Josephine mentioned, there's nothing communication cannot solve. Right?
Okay.
Now, she advised him. He didn't take the advice. He took the bad decision, which later affected him, hoping that he gets to learn from that. But if he doesn't, okay, so before I continue, we have another caller on the line. Hello, Palumi, good morning. Hello, Palumi, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Please, can you turn down the volume of your TV set so we can hear you properly?
Yes.
Morning.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, we lost the call. Please try and call back, Pelumi, but when calling back, make sure to reduce the volume of your TV set so we can hear you properly without interruptions, okay? Yes.
Yes.
So as I was saying, now, there's nothing communication cannot handle.
Yeah.
I feel she can still sit him down. Sometimes in situations like this, he might actually need to see a counselor.
Yeah.
Or someone who would advise him financially to let him know that, okay, you know what, you need to fix your finances. What's going on? What's happening? I feel like he has gotten comfortable with the fact that he knows that his partner would always do this, right? So if she's going to, I feel if there's any decision she's going to make now, it's probably withdraw some of the responsibility she's taken. And just like the popular saying, no food for hungry man. Yes, for a lazy man, right? And if there's certain things that she's been doing, she stops. Let's see if he would actually take responsibility, or let's see what step he would take. If he remains nonchalant, then that it won't be a bad idea for her to leave the relationship.
Considering how human beings are, considering how people are, if I feel like obviously he's his own person. I don't know this person. But, considering how human beings are, I would predict that he would react in a very volatile and aggressive way to that. When you come in between a man and whatever is bringing money to him, they react in, whether it's a man or a woman, that's another fact. When you come between a person, a person and their money, it has a big problem because they are going to be aggressive towards you to go back. And so my point is that I feel like I agree with you to some extent that she should do that. But I think given the character of this man, now it's quite unfair that we're only able to hear one side of the story. But, that's what we have, so that's what we're going to work with, because those are the facts that we have currently. So given the facts about the character of this particular man, given that, he's clearly not listening to her anymore. He's clearly very selfish and financially irresponsible.
And to think that he turned the table around and made her feel less important
I would predict,
selfish one.
I would predict that he will react in a very volatile and unfriendly way towards his partner for deciding to, and then it becomes a conversation of, is it because you're making more money than me? Or is it because I'm financially down now? Watch, I'll soon blow soon. Or God blow now, please. Stop stressing me. So I would predict that is how that would go. And to protect, that is why, I'm still on the side of to protect for the woman needs to protect herself. She needs to protect her emotions. So she, in my opinion, needs to withdraw completely, not just responsibilities, but she needs to withdraw completely from the relationship. And, it's probably a case of bad timing. If the timing gets better with him, he has figured out this financial responsibility and he's worked upon it, then, if she's still single and he's still single, maybe they can get back together. But for the meantime, I think she needs space away from him.
She needs a break. Yeah. But however, the point here is that try and set your priorities straight.
Yes.
If you are in a financial fix and then you need to sort things out, then you should set your priorities right and make sure you're not doing the wrong thing at the wrong time.